Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling confused, doubted, or even a little crazy, even though you knew you were right? It's a disorienting feeling, and you're not alone. Often, this is the result of subtle manipulation, a game of words designed to throw you off balance. Deceptive people have a playbook, and a key part of it involves asking specific questions that aren't meant to get answers, but to control you. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on these tactics. We'll expose the 5 most common questions liars use to twist your perception and plant seeds of doubt, but we won't stop there. We'll arm you with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism from Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus to not only recognize these traps, but to respond with unshakable calm and strength. This isn't just about winning an argument, it's about reclaiming your peace of mind and protecting your inner citadel. So, let us dive into the first and perhaps most insidious question. Are you sure you remember that correctly? This question is a masterclass in gaslighting. It's not a genuine inquiry about your memory. It's a direct assault on your confidence and your perception of reality. The liar's goal is to make you second-guess yourself, to make your own mind feel like an unreliable narrator. They want you to think, maybe I am misremembering. Maybe it didn't happen the way I thought. Suddenly, you're on the defensive, scrambling to validate your own experiences, while they sit back, having successfully shifted the focus away from their own actions. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When someone asks this question, your first reaction might be panic or self-doubt. The Stoic response is to pause. Don't immediately jump to defend your memory. Instead, anchor yourself in your internal conviction. You can respond calmly with something like, yes, that is how I remember it. You don't need to over-explain or justify. By stating your recollections simply and without agitation, you refuse to get pulled into their frame. You are communicating that your perception is valid and not up for debate. This isn't about being stubborn. It's about trusting your own mind and not allowing someone else's words to become your reality. You are the keeper of your own experiences. The second question liars love to use is, why are you getting so emotional? This is a classic tactic to dismiss your feelings and invalidate your reaction. You could be perfectly calm and rational, but by accusing you of being too emotional, they reframe the entire conversation. Suddenly, the issue isn't their behavior, it's your supposed overreaction. This tactic is designed to make you feel embarrassed or ashamed of your feelings, prompting you to rein them in. And once you start policing your own emotions, you've lost control of the interaction. They've successfully painted you as the irrational one, while they appear calm and reasonable. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your emotions are internal responses. They are valid data points about a situation. They are not weaknesses." When someone tries to use your feelings against you, don't take the bait. Don't apologize for having a reaction. A powerful, Stoic-inspired response is to calmly turn it back to the issue at hand. You could say, my feelings are a natural response to the situation. Let's focus on the topic we were discussing. This response acknowledges your emotions without letting them become a distraction. It demonstrates that you are in control, not them, and it firmly redirects the conversation back to the substance of the matter, refusing to let them escape accountability by attacking your character. Next up, we have the third manipulative question. You're really going to believe them over me? This is a loyalty test wrapped in a guilt trip. It's a move designed to isolate you and force you into a corner. By framing the situation as a choice between them and me, the liar pressures you to side with them out of a sense of obligation, history, or shared identity. Regardless of the facts, they are exploiting your relationship to avoid scrutiny. The question implies that doubting them is a betrayal, making it emotionally costly for you to seek the truth. It puts the focus on your loyalty rather than their credibility. The Stoic philosopher Seneca gives us guidance here. He emphasized the importance of reason and evidence over blind allegiance. He said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Sometimes, that means ending our blind trust in someone when evidence suggests we should." A Stoic response is to remove the emotional pressure from the equation. Instead of getting caught in the them versus me trap, you can calmly state, this isn't about choosing sides. It's about understanding what happened. I'm listening to all perspectives to get a clear picture. This response shows that your loyalty is to the truth, not to any single person. It signals that you are an independent thinker who won't be manipulated by emotional blackmail. You're asserting your right to evaluate information for yourself, which is a cornerstone of personal freedom. Now for the fourth question, which often comes when a liar is caught in a corner. Are you perfect? Or hits Gusin, you've never made a mistake. That's just a classic move called whataboutism. When they can't defend their actions, they attack your right to even bring them up. The implication is that unless you are flawless, you have no moral authority to question their behavior. It's a desperate attempt to level the playing field by suggesting that everyone is equally flawed, so their specific transgression doesn't matter. This tactic is designed to shut down the conversation and make you feel like a hypocrite for holding them accountable. Marcus Aurelius offers the perfect antidote. He constantly reminded himself of his own imperfections, not to excuse his or others' bad behavior, but to cultivate humility and understanding. He would advise us to separate the specific action from the general state of human imperfection. A strong, Stoic, grounded response would be, I'm not claiming to be perfect, and my imperfections aren't what we're discussing right now. I want to talk about this specific action. This brings the focus right back where it belongs. On their behavior. It neutralizes their attack by readily agreeing that no, you are not perfect. But that fact is completely irrelevant to the current issue. You are refusing to be drawn into a philosophical debate about human fallibility, and are insisting on addressing the concrete problem at hand. Finally, we arrive at the fifth question. Can't you just let it go? This question is often deployed after a liar has been exposed and they simply want the consequences to disappear. It sounds like a plea for peace and forgiveness, but it is often a demand for you to prematurely sweep their actions under the rug without any genuine resolution or change in their behavior. It's a way of saying, your feelings about what I did are inconvenient for me, so please stop having them. They are trying to rush the process of reconciliation to escape the discomfort of being held accountable. They want to skip straight to the part where everything is okay again, without doing the work to make it so. Epictetus taught that we should focus on what we can control. We can't control whether someone is truly sorry, but we can control whether we grant them unearned amnesty. Forgiveness, in the Stoic sense, is more about releasing your own anger for your own peace of mind, not about pretending a wrong didn't happen. A measured response could be, I can work towards letting go of my anger. But first, we need to actually resolve this issue so it doesn't happen again. This communicates that you are willing to move forward, but not at the expense of justice and self-respect. It establishes that resolution requires more than just your silence. It requires a genuine change and a commitment from them. It puts the ball back in their court to demonstrate they've understood the problem. Recognizing these 5 questions is like being given a map of a minefield. Suddenly, you can see the traps for what they are not genuine inquiries, but tools of manipulation. By arming yourself with the wisdom of the Stoics, you can do more than just see the traps. You can navigate them with grace and strength. It's not about being cold or emotionless. It's about being grounded. It's about refusing to let someone else's chaos disturb your inner peace. Remember these principles. Trust your perception. Validate your own emotions. Prioritize truth over blind loyalty. Stay focused on the specific issue and demand genuine resolution, not just a quick dismissal. By mastering these responses, you are not just winning an argument. You are fortifying what the Stoics called your inner citadel, that fortress within you that no amount of external manipulation can breach. You are taking back your power and protecting your peace. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into practical philosophy today. If this resonated with you and you found it helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration into wisdom for modern life. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Stay strong and stay wise.